It's been a hot, humid summer in Maine. Not like last summer, which was a heavenly, dry, sunny, 75 degrees the majority of the time. So I decided that since I'm staying inside my car for the air conditioning, I might as well explore other parts of Maine that I haven't seen yet. Which I'm more than fine with because the driving has gotten to be my favorite part of this lifestyle. When I'm deciding on a destination, I thoroughly research it to make sure it's something I'll like. I'll Google the heck out of whatever it is that I plan on visiting to be fully prepared. So when I get to that tourist attraction, there usually isn't any big surprises, and it pretty much turns out to be what I was expecting. So getting to the destination has gotten to be what I enjoy the most. I don't research the route that the GPS or Google Maps takes me. I just set it to avoid highways, and I just go on the route the GPS takes me, and I have no idea what I'll be seeing along the way. I call them driving days, and driving days have become my favorite days. I never know what I'll be seeing along the way. It could be just pleasant scenery. It could be magnificent architecture. I never get tired of seeing farms and mountains, because being from Rhode Island, we don't have farms and mountains. Well, I'm sure somebody has a couple of chickens in Rhode Island. And maybe a mini pig, but that's about it. I usually don't bother with the camera much on driving days. I just enjoy the moment. I'm always surprised at how many beautiful small towns we have in this country and how most of them are thriving. In this small town, people sit on lawn chairs on the side of the road for entertainment.
Duh, probably waiting for a parade.
Maybe, maybe not. I never expected to see that there are a ton of metalsmith artists who display their artwork right alongside the road. They've got a price tag right on there. Sometimes I see things I never knew existed, like bat houses. If the belfry isn't good enough for your spoiled bat, you have another option. What do you think of the bat houses, Lizzie? Oh, they're lovely. And just when I thought there were no farms in Maine, I discover that northern Maine is chock full of potato farms. And as I'm enjoying looking at potato farms, I discover the planet Saturn on the side of the road. Why? I don't know. And a little further down, the planet Jupiter. Maybe it's a potato farmer who just enjoys astronomy. It's a mystery. I've come across many collectors who turn their collection into their own museum, such as this tractor museum, with a unique display of tractor seats. If those seats could talk, they would say they are much happier being displayed than, well, you know. Sometimes it's just a simple, silly sign that gives me a chuckle. And then I discovered something I really wasn't expecting and I didn't know about. When I decided I wanted to explore northwestern Maine without doing any research because I had no destination in mind, the GPS took me onto dirt roads along a logging operation. Then it was nothing but a rough dirt road and trees for 6 miles. And then I came upon a checkpoint of some kind. There were warning signs up ahead warning me not to go any further without stopping at the checkpoint. It looked like a checkpoint you might see if you want to enter a tiny country like Lithuania. Is there a tiny country between Maine and Canada I didn't know about? So I stopped at the checkpoint and a woman came out of the building and approached my car. Actually, she had kind of a combination bowl mullet cut, and she didn't have a gun. Anyway, I asked her, "What is this? Why is there a checkpoint? I just want to explore that part of Maine. Maybe see a moose." She said they were logging roads and I'd have to pay $15 to drive on them. And I was ready to pay her the $15 because I had already driven to that area, until she told me it was nothing but rough dirt roads, and I had enough of that already. Rough, bumpy roads are fun in moderation. What I found out is that I was trying to enter what is called the North Maine Woods, and it's 3.5 million acres of trees and dirt roads. All of it is privately owned, mostly by logging companies. But if I want to drive on their roads, Maine residents can pay $10 a day to do that, $15 for out-of-staters like me. There are designated camping spots for another fee. People go there for fishing and canoeing. Very few people live in that 3.5 million acres. There are no towns there, and the roads were created and are primarily used by logging trucks. When I was investigating just how remote the wilderness of Maine can be, I came across the story of the North Pond Hermit. He is allegedly the last hermit in America. His name is Chris Knight, and in 1986, at age 20, he left his job and his parents and siblings without saying goodbye, and with no preparation, he went to live in the woods of central Maine. He lived there for 27 years without speaking to another human being except for saying hi to a hiker one time, which is what he wanted, no human contact. One of the ways he survived was by stealing food and supplies from campsites and cabins in the area. So he was eventually caught. Before he was caught, though, some people doubted the existence of the North Pond Hermit because no one ever saw him. Here's his campsite. There's a book about this hermit by a writer who interviewed him when he was in jail. But is he really the last hermit in America, though? This country has lots of remote areas for hermits to live by themselves. That's what I think anyway. I don't think he's the last hermit in America.